Do you want to write professional emails faster in a way that is accurate, concise, and gets you specific outcomes in the workplace? I know you do, so stay tuned because that is exactly what we're going to learn today. Hello, it's Francisca from English to Thrive. Welcome back to my channel, and I hope you're excited for this video because we're going to learn my 3-step formula to write concise and efficient emails so that you can either schedule a meeting, apologize for an inconvenience, communicate with your colleagues or boss efficiently, and most of all, save time because we're all busy professionals and want to get things done fast, right? If you're excited to watch this video, make sure you subscribe and give it a little like. Now, let's begin. So as a translator myself and a business owner, I send emails all the time. I've participated in internships in the UK. I've also communicated with clients and I write all my social media content on LinkedIn and several social media platforms. And I've really realized that it all comes down to one single word. And I hope you're ready. Concision. Yes, to write in English, you have to be concise. In fact, there's a little formula that I want you to learn right now. See, a text in English has to be clear plus concise minus words. That's a native-like English text. Now, if you think that your text is short enough, think twice because it probably needs to be cut off of a few words. Now, for professionals and my students inside the English Confidence Method, and by the way, if you don't know what that is, it is my application-only program where I take really limited, frustrated, tech-savvy professionals from feeling that way to confident flow so that they can capitalize on career opportunities in English-speaking scenarios. I'll leave a link below if you want to schedule and book a call with me. And so I hear that they want to write efficiently and they want to write in a way where it feels natural, where texts sound as if they were written by a native English speaker. And imagine this scenario. Imagine writing a 2-page email and really confuse your colleague in the US or the UK or Canada. That wouldn't really make a good connection. And that's exactly what we want with writing. We want to look professional, we want to sound smart, right? And we want to save time. Now, the writing process of a professional email in English is really similar to any other text in English. You have to have a goal in mind, so a specific purpose, and you have to have a structure, meaning the introduction, body, and conclusion, which is what we're going to write live and fast in a few seconds. And you really have to take action on what it is that you want. You have to send it and you have to overcome all shyness and have to be very, very confident and have to be prepared to get an answer and then do a follow-up. And among the questions that I hear from my students is like, what are the most common used phrases on emails? And so that is exactly what we're going to review right now next to my 3-step formula. So let's do it. All right, now this is an actual exercise from my program, the English Confidence Method. And I will read the following assignment. So imagine you work at a PR company. You're writing to a colleague and you ask her about the latest meeting you cannot attend to. You inquire about any particular tasks you have to execute and any news regarding the next PR public relations event. So it's very important that as a student, as a professional, you have a word limit there. Why? Because what's the number one word you have to keep in mind? Concision. So you have to make sure that you don't write too many paragraphs. That's why I put the word limit here. Okay. And so the 3-step formula consists of, you have an introduction, which in the case of emails, it consists of a greeting. So for example, hello, Sarah, or to whom it may concern in case it's more formal. So a greeting plus a headline, okay? And then you have the body, which really consists of just a few short paragraphs. And then the conclusion, which is generally a sign off, like best regards, kind regards, right? Oops, sorry. sign off and signature, right? Okay, so that's the basic structure that I want you to be guided from now on. Then there's an amazing tool. So in case I do send a lot of emails to my prospects about my program, so they book a call, and for that I use a platform, and so I'm going to show you the kinds of emails that I send. So if I send a campaign, I want to make sure that the title is catchy, right? It catches the attention, right? And so for that, there's a really, really good tool that I would want you to use that's called the title generator. And so, for example, you write a keyword. Let's say that you want to send an email about writing. So you would write writing, and then you would have a lot of ideas on what to put in the headline. Now, keep in mind that this is more for marketing purpose emails, not for this type of email right here. This email is more simple because you're sending it to a colleague at a company. But in case you are writing emails that are to sell some services or products, this is a very good tool. So, for example, the secrets to writing, 30 tips about writing you can't afford to miss. Amazing. And so let's take a look at the structure. So here I'm telling a little bit of a testimonial about one of my students inside my program. So I put the headline as she went from shy to English confident. And here, that would be my headline and that would be my intro, from shy to English confident. And here's generally the space that I leave for the name of the person to make the email more personalized. Then you have a little bit of storytelling, the body, which is a few paragraphs, and then this would be the sign off. Chat soon, and I'll see you on the inside, Francisca. And then you have your signature or social links or phone number, whatever it is that you want to put. But that's the basic structure. Okay, now let's run it out. All right, so we're gonna first start the clock. Okay, and then we'll write. So, as an introduction, we will write, "Hello, Sarah," let's say. This would be our little reading. And this is a more informal reading, right, than "To whom it may concern," but we're addressing a person directly, and that is why we use this. So, "Hello, Sarah. As you know, I've been sick all week long. Right? That is why I could not attend, the meeting, the latest meeting. Were there any kind of tasks or assignments as far as our next PR event? I would deeply appreciate you keeping me posted. We can discuss any updates over a cup of coffee next week. Would you be available? All right. Okay, so the body is pretty simple. Two short paragraphs. And then as a conclusion, you would have the sign off. So best regards or kind regards, Francisca. And then of course you would have a little stamp of your company or your phone number. All right, so pretty short, pretty simple. Of course, we will analyze the phrases that we've used. And to make sure that you are within the limits, you are going to use a tool that's word counter. Okay, and then here we'll see amazing. So that is pretty concise and it serves the purpose. And we did it in under 5 minutes, 4 minutes to be exact. Yeah, awesome. So we're going to stop the clock and we are going to read it again and we will analyze the phrases that we used. As you see, here's the intro. And so the headline could be along the lines of help, inquiry about our latest meeting. Okay, so it's very clear, it's very concise, and it adds a little bit of an element of urgency. Okay, and this of course would be here as a headline. Then you would have hello Sarah as the intro as well. And then this is a very common phrase used in the intro of a sentence, of an idea. So as you know, which means you know, or consider that I've been sick all week long, so please, I'm asking for a favor. As you know, I've been sick all week long, right? So that is why I could not attend the latest meeting. So that is why, so that's the reason why, right? That is why I could not attend the latest meeting. And then you ask a question, were there any kind, okay, so any type, right? Were there any kind of tasks or assignments as far as means about, right? It's a more formal way. Were there any kinds of tasks or assignments as far as our next PR event, so public relations event? And then of course, you always have to separate paragraphs. That is why I wrote it like this. I would deeply appreciate, I would deeply appreciate you keeping me posted. We can discuss any updates over a cup of coffee next week. Would you be available? All right, so simple, concise, and I don't know if you're a Spanish speaker, but if you are, you know that in Spanish we use a lot of words. Well, here's the opposite. So again, let me show you a clear example of how I would cut this even further. So as you know, I've been sick all week long. So that is why I could replace it with, thus, I cannot attend the latest meeting. Were there any kind of tasks or assignments as far as our next PR event? Or maybe I could just say as far as our PR event. I would deeply appreciate you keeping me posted. We can discuss any updates over a cup of coffee next week. Would you be available? Okay, I didn't do many cuts there because it was pretty simple, but you always want to keep this in mind. Are there any more words that I could cut off to make this even more efficient? Best regards, Francisca, and my phone number. You see? Now, one of the things that you have to keep in mind when you write professional emails is, what is the specific outcome that I want to achieve? And if you write a phrase that does not serve that outcome, then cut it off, because what really the recipient wants is to receive a text that is clear and it is goal-oriented and it is easy to answer as well. Now you see how writing professional emails can be very quick, very simple, and the main key is for you to know connectors. Now connectors are simple words and phrases that connect one idea to the other, and it makes the text to flow more. So let me know if you would want a video about connectors. I would so enjoy making it. But you always want to keep in mind phrases such as far as instead of about, or to whom it may concern, or I would so appreciate, or I would deeply appreciate, kind regards, best regards. Those are standard phrases that you would have to memorize to make sure that you sound professional and you cause deep impression. Because I always say great writing equals great connection. So you want to keep that in mind. Now, mastering writing to thrive in an English speaking scenario is just as important as mastering speaking and fluency. Why? Because as you write, you memorize structures and your brain registers new words and registers sentences and ideas that are going to make it easier for you to blurt out, to say when you speak. And of course, be kind to yourself. If you're just starting, you're probably not going to be writing emails in under 5 minutes like I did. But keep in mind, I've had years of experience. But inside of the English Confidence Method, I of course offer templates to save you time, because let's be honest, you want to really just be as efficient as possible and get ahead on your day, right? You don't want to waste time. So if that's something that interests you, if you want to master everything related to English and English confidence, then I really, really encourage you to book a call, and I'll leave the link below to apply for my signature program, and you can capitalize on career opportunities. I hope you're excited, and I hope you rewatched this video. I also have a whole playlist on confidence building. I'll link it below, but you can watch this next. If you haven't yet subscribed, do so and like the video so we can help the algorithm, and I see you next time. Bye bye.